For 4 years, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle stayed away from the UK. No visits, no public reunions, no sign that any of it was getting better. Then, 2 days ago, the news broke that they are coming back with their children next month. And the official reason? An Invictus Games anniversary event. But here's what nobody is saying out loud. This isn't just a calendar event. This is the most carefully calculated move the Sussex family has made since they left. And depending on what happens behind closed doors when they land in London, the entire future of the British royal family changes. I'm going to walk you through exactly what is happening, why it's happening now, and what the royal family is really thinking about this visit. Because the public story and the private reality are two very different things. Before we get into it, I want to be clear about something. This isn't just royal gossip. What we're looking at is a family that controls one of the most powerful institutions on earth, and a rift so deep that it has played out in a memoir, a Netflix documentary, an Oprah interview, and multiple lawsuits. When a family like that decides to get back in the same room, there are no accidents. Every detail is planned. Every meeting is negotiated. Every word said publicly has been approved. So when you hear Harry and Meghan are coming back to the UK, the question isn't what. The question is why. Why now, and who actually benefits? Let's start at the beginning. Nobody in the royal press circle saw this coming. Not in this form, not with the children included, and not this soon. Harry has been to the UK before since leaving in 2020. He came alone for Prince Philip's funeral. He came briefly for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee in 2022. And that visit, the Jubilee one, was the last time any of them were seen together on British soil. That was 4 years ago. Since then, Meghan has not set foot in the UK at all. So the fact that they are now coming together as a full family unit with Archie and Lilibet is significant. This is not a quick trip for a funeral or a formal obligation. This is a statement. The official reason is an event marking 1 year until the 2027 Birmingham Invictus Games. Harry founded the Invictus Games over a decade ago. It's a sporting competition for wounded veterans. It matters deeply to him, and it's one of the few things the press has never been able to criticize him for. But the timing is not an accident. King Charles is dealing with ongoing health issues. His relationship with Harry has been quietly rebuilt in private, according to multiple sources, through phone calls that never made the papers. And there is real urgency around the question of reconciliation, because nobody knows how much time Charles has left to make it happen publicly. Harry knows this. The palace knows this. And that urgency is part of what made this visit possible. But here's what the official statement left out. This visit almost didn't happen. To understand why this return matters, you have to understand what leaving actually cost them. When Harry and Meghan announced they were stepping back from royal duties in January 2020, the assumption in the press was that they were walking away from a lifestyle they found suffocating. And on the surface, that is true. But what they actually lost goes far beyond that. They lost their HRH titles in an active working capacity. They lost their Frogmore Cottage residence, which they were eventually forced to vacate in 2023. They lost their publicly funded security detail, which costs millions of pounds per year, and Harry has been fighting in court to get it back ever since. They lost guaranteed income from the sovereign grant, the public funds that support the royal family. And they lost the institutional protection that comes with being a working member of the firm. What they gained instead was freedom, yes, but also exposure. Without the palace machinery behind you, every mistake lands differently. Every story gets amplified. There's no press secretary fielding calls on your behalf at 2 a.m. Harry understood this. In his memoir Spare, published in January 2023, he wrote about the cost of that decision in a way that made it clear this was not a clean exit. It was a wound that never fully closed. And Meghan, who came from Hollywood and understood image management better than most royals, quickly figured out that building your own brand outside the institution is harder than it looks from the inside. Their Netflix deal happened. Their Spotify deal came and went. Their documentary aired. Meghan's lifestyle series launched. But none of it has produced the kind of unambiguous cultural moment that their royal status used to generate automatically. So the question worth asking is this: if leaving was the right decision, why does coming back feel so loaded? And the answer is in what neither side will say publicly. Because this visit is not just about Harry and Meghan. It's about what King Charles needs right now. And what he needs tells you everything about why this was approved. King Charles III has a problem that no one in the palace will acknowledge directly. He is a king who came to the throne after decades of waiting, dealing with a health crisis at the start of his reign, presiding over a family that is publicly fractured, and trying to modernize an institution that resists modernization. His coronation in May 2023 was a success. The public responded well, but the footage that got the most attention was not the ceremony. It was the moment Harry sat in the third row, alone, without Meghan, watching his father be crowned, and then left within hours. No private meetings confirmed, no reconciliation was announced. That image told a story that Charles could not control. Fast forward to now. Charles's health has been a topic of public discussion since he announced a cancer diagnosis in early 2024. The details have been kept private, but the implication for the royal family is clear. Time is not unlimited, and Charles, who has always valued legacy above almost everything else, is aware that a king who dies without reconciling with his son leaves a different story behind than one who does. Multiple sources close to the palace have reported that Charles and Harry have been speaking privately, not through intermediaries, directly, and those conversations are understood to have been part of what made this visit possible. But here is where Charles's calculation gets complicated. He cannot be seen to be inviting Harry and Meghan back into the fold publicly, because that would anger the members of the royal household who feel that Harry's book and interviews crossed a line that cannot be uncrossed, particularly William. So the visit is framed around Invictus. It gives everyone a reason that isn't about the family. It gives Charles plausible deniability, and it gives Harry and Meghan a dignified reason to return that doesn't look like surrender. It's a very royal solution to a very messy human problem. If there is one person whose feelings about this visit have been almost completely absent from the coverage, it is Prince William. And that silence is deliberate. William has not publicly said anything warm about Harry since before the Oprah interview in 2021. After the interview aired, he was photographed leaving Windsor Castle, and when a reporter asked if he had spoken to Harry, he said, "No, not yet," in a tone that made headlines for days. Since then, the public exchanges between the brothers have been almost non-existent. What we do know is this: William was reportedly deeply hurt by specific passages in Harry's memoir, Spare, particularly the account of a physical altercation between the two of them, which Harry described in detail. William did not respond publicly, but sources close to him made clear that the relationship was at its lowest point. William is also now the Prince of Wales, the heir to the throne, deeply involved in the day-to-day running of the institution. He has his own team, his own priorities, and his own vision for what the monarchy looks like in the future. That vision, from everything we can observe, does not currently include a prominent role for Harry and Meghan. So, will William and Harry actually meet during this visit? Nobody is saying yes publicly. Nobody is saying no. What we know from palace protocol is that events like this, large formal gatherings, are carefully choreographed to prevent moments that cameras can capture and misinterpret. So if William is present at any point during the visit, it will be managed. The question is whether there is any genuine contact that happens off camera. And that, more than any public statement, is what the next few weeks will tell us about where this family actually stands. But William's position is only one piece of this, because Meghan's calculation here is entirely separate from Harry's. And once you see what she stands to gain from this trip, the whole picture shifts. Meghan Markle is a strategist. That is not a criticism. It is an observation supported by everything she has done since leaving the royal family. The Oprah interview was timed. The Netflix documentary was timed. The memoir came when it would land. The lifestyle brand launched when the moment was right. So when Meghan agrees to return to the UK, the country that has been the source of the most painful period of her life, and bring her children who have never publicly set foot there as children, you have to ask, what does she get from this? The answer is rehabilitation. Meghan's public image in the UK has never fully recovered from the coverage she received as a working royal. The British tabloids were brutal. Polling in the UK consistently shows her as one of the least popular figures associated with the royal family. But perception can be changed. And a trip to the UK, where Meghan is seen with her children, at a charitable event connected to veterans, standing next to her husband who is genuinely beloved by the military community, is a very different image from the one the tabloids have spent years building. She doesn't need the British public to love her, but she does need them to stop actively disliking her, because that dislike has started to affect her global brand, which is built on warmth, relatability, and good causes. This visit is a chance to reset that, at least partially. And Meghan is smart enough to know that one well-handled trip, where nothing goes wrong and the children are charming and the event goes smoothly, can shift a narrative that years of interviews and documentaries have not been able to shift. Here is the scenario nobody wants to think about, but everyone in that palace is gaming out. Imagine Harry and William ending up in the same room at the same event. No cameras, but staff present. Staff talk. Whatever is said or not said gets reported within 24 hours. Or imagine one of the children is photographed in a moment that the tabloids can use. A look, a gesture, something that gets turned into a story. Or imagine Harry gives a single comment to the press that the palace interprets as stepping outside the agreed boundaries of the visit. Any of those things, and this carefully managed moment of partial reconciliation collapses. And the damage from a failed attempt is worse than the current situation, because now there is no ambiguity. There was a chance, and it was used. The palace team knows this. Harry's team knows this. And you can be certain that every detail of this visit, who attends which event, who travels on which day, what is said publicly, and what stays private, has been agreed in advance. But families are unpredictable, and the British press is more unpredictable still. The visit hasn't happened yet. And what happens when it does will tell us more about the future of this family than anything that has come before. So here is where things stand. Harry and Meghan are returning to the UK next month. The official reason is the Invictus Games. The real reason is a convergence of three things: Charles's urgency around legacy, Harry's unresolved need to belong to his family in some form, and Meghan's clear-eyed understanding that her image needs this moment. Whether it leads to anything lasting depends on one person more than anyone else. Not Charles, not the press, not even Harry. It depends on William. And William has given us no indication of where he stands. If you want to understand why William's silence on all of this is louder than anything he could actually say, my next video goes inside the relationship between William and Harry from the beginning, and the single moment that some people close to both brothers say was the real point of no return. That video is right here.